Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After a drunken moment of reflection with Chad, Stefan makes a strategic move at Steve and Kayla's. Abe thanks his musketeers for their hospitality. He takes one of his quilting boxes to put in Steve's auto on his way out. Kayla follows so they can both go to the sanitarium for Paulina. Chad comes to the paper where Leo brainstorms column ideas. When Leo pitches in composition about the captivity break, Chad chastises him for wanting to give press to the man who severely boggled his woman. His kiddies had to be taken out of academy because their musketeers kept talking about the bad man who escaped. They spooked out of their minds. Leo authentically apologizes for his insensitivity. Chad just prays they catch Clyde before he kills someone differently. At The Spectator, Leo faces Chad with a capricious expression. Since Everett is out for particular reasons, Chad asks Leo to write about Paulina's release from the sanitarium. Leo happily accepts his assignment. Once he's gone, Chad recalls visiting Abby's grave. A disheveled Stefan stumbles into the office drunk, looking to have another drink with his family. Chad takes Stefan's liquor bottle from him and asks what's going on. Stefan asks if Chad's ever had deep regrets. Further homage to MacDonald Carey. Upon running into Harris at the police station, Jada confronts him about being with Ava. She worries he's throwing away his career for her. Harris appreciates her concern, but he knows underneath everything, Ava is a good and decent woman. Pointing out she's a suspect in their medicine disquisition, Jada states his relationship flies in the face of their law of conduct. However, he retorts, "It's you, if anyone knows about ignoring law of conduct." Steve brings Abe's boxes to his and Paulina's apartment, where Johnny's preparing for their homecoming party. The men phenomenon over the marrieds cautions and bandy Steve helping to deliver Trip and Wendy. Johnny says there's a warm place in hell for whoever helped Clyde escape. Avoiding eye contact, Steve weakly agrees. Further celebrating cleaner actors with an Aries sign in the sanitarium lobby, Leo holds out an archivist to Paulina. She snoots while sitting in a wheelchair. Abe stands behind Paulina while Kayla gives Leo a cautious look. Another journalist stands behind Leo. With Chanel and Kayla, Abe pushes Paulina in a wheelchair through the sanitarium lobby. Leo and other journalists rush up to them asking about Paulina's phenomenon reanimation. Abe tries to put them off, but Leo says they just want the data. What brought Mayor Price back from the cliff? Paulina gives a boilerplate statement, thanking the deputy mayor and police manager for handling effects in her absence and for all the love and prayers they've entered. Leo tries to ask another question, but Paulina cuts him off. She's going home. After everyone disperses, an undeterred Leo heads off. At the paper, a solemn Stefan tells Chad he's been doing a lot of allowing about what went down between him and Abigail. He can't flash back if he ever apologized, or apologized enough. Chad and Abby didn't earn that. He was a selfish, arrogant bastard. Chad says he and Abby got through that because they loved each other and were meant for each other. Further Chicago Med's Ripley and Charles' emotional occasion in the Spectator's bullpen, Chad gapes his furrowed brow off-screen. Stefan vows he'd nothing to do with Clyde's escape. Chad wonders why he'd suppose he had. Ignoring the question, Stefan says he can't imagine how Chad feels right now and that he loves him. Chad tells him to go sober up, but Stefan is sobering up. He has to face the music and figure out all the right moves, chess moves. As Johnny and Steve prepare flowers and balloons at Abe and Paulina's, Steve gapes out, distracted. Entering with Abe, Chanel, and Kayla, Paulina delights in the surprise festivity. As everyone bites on snacks, Kayla notices Steve off to the side, looking like he just lost his stylish friend. He assures her he's forfeiture, just fatigued. Leo comes by with a flower delivery, looking for a real quotation. After some sweet talking, Paulina agrees to give him 10 twinkles. Further meet Top Chef's new host wearing a baseball cap and mileage jacket in Abe's doorway. Leo holds a flower bouquet in front of his face. Abe frowns. Steve and Kayla look on. Watch Days on Peacock $5.99 by now at the station. Jada admits to bending the rules then and there, but Harris is breaking them. She urges him not to immolate himself. Perhaps it's time for Ava to pay her pretenses and for him to stop guarding her. Stefan gulps water at the Spectator as he rattles on about having alternate strategies. He thanks Chad for hearkening. Chad, the good DiMera, inspires Stefan to want to be better himself. He pulls Chad in for a clinch and thanks him for being there for him. For being you. After Stefan's left wing, Chad looks at a family print with Abby. I miss you, he says before getting back to work. Opening his laptop, he sees a caption about Clyde. He slams it shut and stews. I hope he rots in hell. Further, how the DiMeras could band together at home. Abe extends his arms out to Paulina as they affectionately face each other. Leo hangs out at the party as everyone drinks mimosas. Indeed, Kayla gives him a quotation, saying that Paulina's recovery is commodity they've no way seen ahead. Paulina calls it a phenomenon born of faith and love. She plans to make the utmost of her alternate chance. They all toast to her. As Harris puts Jada off about Ava at the station, a gutted-up Stefan enters. He turns himself in for medicine trafficking and plutocrat laundering. He admits Clyde made him push medicines through the bistro. Still, he acted alone and forced Ava to keep her mouth shut when she set up out. He tells them to call his family Thed.A. because he's ready to cut a deal. Constantine's memorial, Eric's backing, family reunited, Stefan missing Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, March 20th indicate that Constantine Melianis has then forgotten about the plan he and Teresa Donovan cooked up to steal Victor Kiriaki's fortune and he's not about to let her forget it. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, Eric Brady goes to club for Tate Donovan with Holly Jonas. Xander Cook is reunited with Sarah Horton and his son. EJ DiMera is ready to transport Stefan DiMera off to Timbuktu, but Harris Michaels has formerly set up him. Constantine Melianis delivers a memorial. Teresa has been upset sick about Tate and Constantine has been working on getting Maggie Kiriakis to fall in love with him. Constantine will remind Teresa of their thing of stealing Victor's fortune. After all, wasn't that the whole point of Teresa getting with Alex Kiriakis in the first place? Constantine and Teresa may need to amend their strategy to achieve their ultimate thing. Still, Xander will ultimately learn the verity about Victor's son and take his due place in the family. Will Teresa go back to Alex now that she has left him? Will Constantine eventually be caught up in his falsehoods? Eric Brady goes to bat for Tate. Brady. Eric has a feeling that Holly isn't telling the verity about the night she overdosed. Holly could tell the verity and get Tate out of trouble incontinently. Still, Holly is more upset about her mama's print of her than doing the right thing. Why wouldn't Holly enjoy up to what she has done and help Tate? DOL spoilers. Constantine's memorial, Eric's backing, family reunited, Stefan missing Holly knows that she was smoking weed and offered Tate some as soon as she met him. Just because Holly doesn't flash back that night doesn't mean she doesn't flash back doing medicines before that. Will Holly eventually tell Eric the verity and clear Tate's name? Will Holly stay quiet and shoot Tate to captivity? Xander Cook reunites with his son. Xander has been released on bail. Xander and Sarah have reunited, but it just isn't the same without baby Victoria there with them. Will Xander and Sarah rush off to Maggie's in the middle of the night to go after their little girl? Will Xander ever learn that part of the Manson Victor's fortune belonged to him? EJ is ready to transport Stefan off to Corridor Unknown to keep him from being transferred down for trying to kill Harris. Still, Stefan made the mistake of turning up to say farewell to Ava Vitali, Tamara Braun. Now that Harris has gotten his hands on Stefan again, will he stick to his part of the bargain, or will Stefan take Harris out for good? The hunt is on. Not so friendly memorial, Baby Love. Days of Our Lives reveal some intriguing plot twists in the land of Salem. Coming up in Salem, someone is determined to hunt their family down, while a villain has a not-so-friendly memorial about a plan, and someone misses their baby. What kind of drama is set to unfold during Thursday's show? Time to dive right in. EJ DiMera won't give up. DOL suggests that EJ DiMera will be fraudulent on stalking his family. Stefan DiMera. Stefan stupidly jetted out of the Demerara Manse and will have a battle with Harris Michaels and Ava Vitali.